If I told you two broke kids built a $7 million brand selling just a punching bag, would you believe it? It all started with a few grand and two delusional kids who thought they've cracked the code. We didn't know business, we didn't have investors, we just had crazy confidence, which led to betting everything we had on a product we found online. Yes, that's right, we burned the boats and went all in. So we packed our bags, flew to the mountains and chased one viral video that could change everything. That one video blew up, got 8 million views, dopamine went through the roof, and of course, sales went crazy. That was the day we thought we made it. It almost felt like we were on drugs. But a year later, we were 100 grand in debt with 21 days to pay it all off, or debt collectors will come knocking on our doors. It was back to gutter, just like when we started. But somehow, that pressure made us unstoppable. This is the story of how Fun Punch was born. Chapter 1, the London start. This is where it began. Two boys in London trying to turn a random idea into something big. So our story began when we dropped out of uni. It was finally time to step into the real world. And of course, as every uni student is, we were broke AF. And that's when we remembered that we attempted to do online business back in the day, but it was only for like 1 or 2 days, then we went back to being complete bums.
But also at the same time, we needed to make money. We didn't want to work a normal job. We knew just by simple maths that that's not going to make us out. But we also didn't want to do anything boring like an agency or some sort of drop shipping store. We wanted something that actually resonated with us.
And that's when we decided to build a real brand, a real challenge that every single man needs. You have to pick something which seems impossible to others and go on your conquest to make sure you make it work.
So we had to take action. We started just by doing some product research. We were just scrolling online, going through different websites and trying to think, what can we sell? There was this one website in particular, it was called Menkind, which just had gifts for men. And this website just had lots of cool kind of like gift products, gag products. And we were scrolling until something caught our eye.
An ugly red desktop punching bag. Like it was a cool idea, but it looked so bad.
But we started to build on this idea. We were thinking, this is a sick punching bag. What if we try develop it? What if we try make it nice branding? What if we try upgrade the leather, make the foam look nice? We were building and building.
We just let our creativity run. Delusional confidence with creativity can get you extremely far. We were instantly talking about Amazon fulfillment, thousands of units, couple warehouses in Europe, but we just were kids with a dream, right? Until we designed the Fun Punch Rage Bag. This is the Ice edition. Look how sexy this Rage Bag looks. We knew instantly every single man needed one, either though they're gaming or they want to learn how to punch or simply release some rage.
So now we had the plan in place. We knew that we wanted to commit to the Fun Punch Rage Bag. The next step was gathering cash. We literally had no money, so we needed cash to bootstrap this project.
We were working the shittiest jobs, construction, club waitering. Even at some point I was cleaning the train tracks on TfL, literally the bottom of the bottom. But it didn't really matter to us because the man with a vision knows where he's heading. So we knew this was quick cash. We needed to stack and leave this place.
After every shift and every weekend, we would meet up in our local gym workspace. We would get our laptops out and just develop on the idea whilst we were stacking up some cash.
And let me be honest, we are big talkers. All our friends, all our family, everyone knew that we wanted to launch this brand called Fun Punch. And like these guys were laughing at us, you know. They thought we were delusional, they thought we were crazy, but that's exactly what got us here.
There was this one guy called Aaron. Aaron, if you're watching this, shout out. We would wait for him to finish his gym sesh, let him come over and we would show him everything we worked on, non-stop. Anyone that we spoke to, we would only speak Fun Punch, Fun Punch, Fun Punch, and how we're gonna be rich.
Let's be honest, bro, that's exactly what let the vision get stronger and stronger day by day. All jokes aside, boys, we weren't just talking. We were working endlessly. We stuck to the plan for the next 6 months. And by the end of that, we had $12,000 saved up to launch the brand.
With that $12,000, we spent $10,000 on stock, and the remaining $2,000, we done something quite special. We burned the boats and decided to take a trip to the Georgian mountains.
We knew we had to leave London. We wouldn't be around this energy of 9-to-5ers just consistently talking down on your dreams. So the plan was to isolate in the mountains until we win.
Chapter 2. The first camp. We packed everything up and vanished into the Caucasus Mountains. This one's my favorite. When we arrived to the mountains, we were super excited. We were out of London, we were in this whole new environment, and we just couldn't wait to start the conquest.
The first day we came, we implemented a strict fitness routine. We were training twice a day. As soon as we wake up to clear up the mind, and then 12 hours later, right before dinner, we knew that fitness is what's gonna make us resilient to any pain and any failure.
So we were in this routine, training every day and working every day, all day. And slowly the excitement started to fade. We realized that planning and visualizing is not as fun as actually executing. We were guys that never really touched studying that much. We didn't care about that stuff.
Yeah, we were big talkers, but we weren't really digital workers. And in reality, we came to the mountains with zero e-com skills. None of us have ever even launched meta ads. Nobody has ever done any operations or logistics, and nobody has ever done a website and conversion rate optimization. It was all new to us. But remember, the pressure was high. Before leaving, we told everyone, I told my mom, my dad, my best friends that I'm launching this brand and I'm not coming back. And I'm telling you lot right now, that was in the back of my mind every single second. So I was sitting on this laptop and I was literally thinking that I have to come back with a win.
We also had no cash saved up. Everything was in our stock. To survive and to eat, we literally had to sell stock.
And after 2 weeks of sticking to the routine and endless work, we finally reached 15th of May 2023, the day of launch, the day we thought finally we're gonna become rich. And guess how many sales we got?
1 sale. You should have seen the atmosphere in the room. Nobody was talking to each other. We were all silent. And honestly, it was a bit awkward.
We went straight back to work. We opened the laptop and the guy who ordered, he was Canadian, and he said that he worked at Tesla and he ordered 3 rage bags. And I'll be real, it gave me a little bit of hope, but I was so stressed out because I was like, damn, everything, the last 12 months, all the dreams, all the visions, they humbled us.
As time went on, the gutter was getting deeper and deeper. We were posting TikToks all day. We were posting Reels all day, promoting our product on every single channel possible, but nothing was hitting.
We were trying to hit that one viral lottery ticket. We were doing TikTok organic and we thought, guys, we're gonna just record a video and we'll just sell all the 1,000 units that we purchased. But 2 weeks later, money started really running out. And we looked at each other, guys, and to be honest, we had to leave the mountains. We had no more cash. We were literally down to just stock.
So day 30, we left the mountains and we went down into the beach city, Batumi.
And boys, let me tell you, when you isolate with other 2 men in the mountains for 30 days, when you step back into the city and you see some women, you see some nice food, you just feel like an ogre, like a wild dog stepping back into the civilization, bruv. Like, you lot, that dopamine monk mode thing is real.
It is.
You don't understand. We were 10 out of 10 cavemen.
We were excited, but at the same time, we had to get back to work. There was still no sales.
Bro, we went to the club, right? And halfway through the club at 2:30 a.m., we looked at each other, and I think that was the turning point of the mindset. We were like, guys, what the actual fuck are we doing here? Let's go back. We need to get the sales, or we're gonna end up in London anytime soon with that fucking F on top of our forehead.
I remember this, we doubled our workouts, so we had an extra workout now, and we also increased our work time.
So the next day, we woke up, did our 3K run, intense HIIT cardio workout, quick swim, and we were working because the pressure was at all-time high. Bankruptcy was this close, but day 37 was when everything took a turn. It was a normal day. We created a TikTok video, edited it, posted it, went to sleep, and woke up to 2 million views. What happened next?
Pavli was celebrating and I opened up the laptop. I looked at the Shopify dashboard and I see a God candle, like a morning wood. There was no better feeling in the world.
It was literally the best day of our life. Shopify sales were coming in. We were already chilling. We were celebrating and we were just counting up how much money is coming in. It was only a few $100s, but guys, that was the turning point where we realized e-com works.
And this is where the story of Fun Punch truly began. Our concept was verified. And for the following weeks, we kept repeating what worked. We kept posting and kept printing until we sold out of stock. Now we finally had some cash and we could return back home to London. Come back as winners.
Chapter 3, Thailand camp. Leaving Georgia, we thought it would get easier, but Thailand had its own kind of chaos waiting.
Back home, we were restless. London was the worst environment to continue working on your business. And I'll be real with you, we needed another challenge. We just fell in love with a gutter, with a camp mode lifestyle. So guess where we ended up? In Thailand. And right before coming to Thailand, we went all in with all of our cash and left a little bit for living. And guys, this is a disclaimer. Do not go to Thailand if you want to lock in. There were so many distractions, massages, parties, and overall, man, that place is not for work.
During this period, our sales were up and down. We launched our first set of Facebook ads, which humbled us big time. It was just loss after loss after loss.
And then Mr. Naslam Niku got the dengue fever. Tell them about it.
Yeah, so dengue fever is just some virus from a mosquito and it just fucks you up. For 2 weeks straight, I was in bed and I thought I was dying, honestly.
Boys, and whilst they were sick, not a single day was in green. The pressure was building up again. And I started thinking like, no way, we're in Thailand and about to enter the gutter once again.
We were straight on path to bankruptcy again.
But this time we had zero plans. We didn't even know what to do. We were in debt to the suppliers. We also were running out of cash, but the legendary Q4 was creeping up upon us. It was like a secret weapon that we've had, but we didn't even know that we have it.
So on November 15th, right before when the Thailand camp was about to end, Facebook ads decided to bless us. It was profit after profit, record day after record day, and we still had no idea why. But it was Black Friday day when we realized this is because of Black Friday.
Boys, we hit our first 5-figure days. It was around $16,000. And just imagine what happened to our confidence. Our ego was completely through the roof. We were feeling the fucking sales coming in. It was pumping our blood up. We were on top of the world and nobody could tell us anything.
Chapter 4, the ticking time bomb. After all that momentum, one decision flipped everything, and we had to face the consequences. So we made our first bit of cash, and guess what we did? We paid for a 2-floor penthouse, 6 months rent up front.
Guys, we walked in one night in Notting Hill to a random real estate agent. We asked for the most expensive flat they have. We took out the debit card, the business debit card that had 100K on it, and we paid 50K. Half the net worth was gone.
Can't lie, it was a few good weeks of just fun. It was our first time ever experiencing something like this, and we just let loose a bit. We treated it like a bit of a holiday.
And boys, remember, the ads were off, the business was still spending some cash on costs, and slowly we started to realize, what have we done? Keep in mind, guys, this whole time there was no ads running, cash was just getting spent, and we literally thought, oh, we'll just switch back the meta ads on and the sales will be back.
So as you probably already guessed, the next gutter was right around the corner. We were very wrong. We tried everything. We tried testing different products in different niches. We tried launching all sorts of ads. We literally went so deep into it, but nothing was working.
And then boom, we get an email. Hey guys, can you pay another 50K for the next 6 months of rent? We looked at each other and we're like, bro, we have to go back to Georgia, where the legendary come up started.
This is where it gets serious. This camp was by far the hardest one, and honestly, I'm getting a bit of shivers thinking about it.
Chapter 5, the final test. Back to basics, back to pressure. This is where everything was genuinely on the line.
Boys, we had to go back to basics, back to what works and brings results. 2 workouts per day, 16 hours in a co-working space, sitting on a shittiest chair, and your back is hurting at the end of the day. It was a bit hard. We went from luxury to absolute gutter, square one in under 6 months, to the point where we had an Amex debt of £40,000 and debt collectors were gonna come to our parents' houses. So we had to make sure we pay it back in 21 days. That's when we just felt the pressure is back on. And the FB brothers, I'm telling you this right now, we perform under pressure our best.
But this pressure doesn't even compare to the pressure from the previous chapters. But we knew we had to prove to ourselves that we did not get lucky and that it was skill. We spent months and months here sharpening our sword, learning the intricacies of e-com and building a brand.
Q4 aura was creeping up, so we locked in, launched max amount of ads, we hired new UGC creators, and we pushed the sales up through brute force. Guys, it was now or never.
Our Amex bill was paid 12 hours before it was due. We were just in time.
Straight after that, the biggest stock order that we've ever placed. We knew that we'd done it once, but this time we were actually curious, how big can we do it again?
This season was absolute chaos. It was non-stop printing at levels that we've never ever seen before. Early November, 20K days. Mid-November, 60K days. Towards the end of November, on Black Friday, we hit 100K days GBP.
Boys, 100K a day. Imagine this, 100,000. Whatever your teacher or whatever your dad makes in a year, we done it in 24 hours. Our mind went.
The craziest fact about this is that we were literally on minus 100 just 3 months ago. We went from minus 100K all the way up to $4 million in revenue.
Current day, the systems conquest. Now things finally click, building the systems and team to take this way further.
Of course, we spent a lot of money the following January, but we made enough that was in a business. We invested into our mentorship. We hired a mentor that already made 9 figures running online businesses. And slowly we built the company up where we had good fulfillment, good logistics, good operations, a good meta creative system, and the company started scaling like clockwork.
I'd say this year we've had a really big focus on systems and kind of just organizing the whole business and looking for that consistency. We're at a point now where our revenue is predictable. We know what we're gonna hit, we have our goals set in place, and we have a big team ready to conquer.
Let's not forget, we've got a 15-man team. We've got our own fulfillment center in China, a huge warehouse, pop it on the screen. And we also have a good business partner in China, which kind of is also one of the secret weapons that we've had from the start. She negotiates, she visited us, and we visited her in China, and we were able to get very good negotiations going with factories and other partners.
And as of this moment, as we're recording right now, Black Friday is around the corner again. And this year, we're looking to hit 8 figures. Fun Punch is gonna cross the 8 figures mark in just 2.5 years, completely bootstrapped with no investors, with 0 e-commerce experience.
Yeah, man, honestly, sitting here in our office and just told this whole story, like, I can just say, bro,
Congrats.
we've got small wins. It's time to scale to 9 figures and also share some value for all the man them that want to get into the money game. Because this decision to lock in at a young age will be the best decision of your life. Learn from us, learn from other people's, learn from real CEOs, and go with your boys on a first camp. I'll see you soon, boys. Let's do it.